It's Memorial Day, and today I would like to talk about our soldiers, the ones that are overseas and at home. We, as an American public, will never know the struggles that you've been through. However, we'll support you through and through. Your fighting will never be in vain, mentally and physically. I do not personally know the personal hell that you're going through, but I'm doing this video because I care so much about the soldiers that fought and died for this country of ours. The stripes and stars. I have a policy, personally and on the internet. Country before party. And before I dive into my thoughts about soldiers, if you happen to be some of these people that I'm talking about and you disagree with me, go ahead and be free to do so in the comments down below. Also, if you agree, show your appreciation down in the comments below. But enough of this, let's get right to the point. There's been debate as to whether these past few wars have been constitutional, specifically the Iraq War. I'll talk about that later. But some people who criticize these wars never thought of the return home. For some, the return was really welcomed. For others, though, they were welcomed with rage meant for President Bush or others. For those who were not so welcomed back home, they are just now, if they haven't before, gotten the return home that they deserved. The people who often support this war said, "If you don't like our country, get the hell out." Well, it is true that you can leave if you don't like the policies, but no one will ever do that. No one will. Even if they threaten to because of policy changes, they can just wait and see the policies change in the next few years or so. That was the introduction to my point about the Iraq War. Alright, so I'm gonna try to debunk the support claims of this war. If there's something that I'm forgetting, please say so in the comments down below. This war was meant to deal with Saddam. Okay, then how come we stayed afterward? I'd be willing to go along with the idea that they were sticking around for the division in Iraq. But there was already a statement made by President Bush that said, "Mission accomplished." Despite this, like I said, they stayed. Oh, but it's to deal with the terrorist situation. For all I know, anyone trying to defend their family in Iraq would be defined as a terrorist in this situation. Not anyone that aligned with Saddam Hussein or Al Qaeda, but anyone in particular trying to defend their friends or loved ones. For these people to be detained, maybe tortured. But Jake, they were just doing what they were told. Okay. Blame the generals. 'Cause there's no way in heck that I blame our soldiers. If it's not the general, I'll keep blaming people on the higher scale until I find our culprit. It was for economic gain. Okay, now this makes more sense in my opinion. Not too much sense as the other ones, but still one that I would be more inclined to believe. Considering the Bush family is really big in the oil industry, it wouldn't be surprising to believe that this war was just for oil. Maybe it did start off as vengeance for the 9/11 attacks. But if that were the case, then we would have went after Saudi Arabia and Egypt. But then there are still people who say that we went in looking for weapons of mass destruction, or they had the capacity to. But no such weapons of mass destruction were ever found. Going back to the thing I said about oil being involved in this, In economics, they told us that as the supply goes up, the prices go up. So that means we were following simple economic facts. But this is a good in which we can pay as much as need be. If this is true, then I'm not sure how in the world that this didn't contribute to the recession in 2008. But Jake, we could have taken around for ISIS. Yes, we could have. But in 2014, with a little bit of protests here in my southeastern Michigan location, President Obama finally took action against ISIS, and their numbers have been going down ever since. Just a quick side note, the president likes to take credit for this. However, like I said, their numbers have been decreasing since Obama took action, and he needs to give credit to that. Now on to our next lovely topic, statistics amongst veterans/soldiers. In 2015, a report by the National Veterans Foundation found that 1.5 million veterans are in poverty. Another study in 2014 by the VA found that 22 soldiers kill themselves every day. The same year that same foundation, the VA, had a scandal about repeated acts of negligence towards its patients. At this point, I can only pray that things got better. And coming from me, that's saying something. But I'm thinking things won't be getting better, as the next thing in this point that we're going to be talking about is the current administration's choices of VA. In April, Trump chose his personal physician as the next choice of VA, name being Ronnie Jackson. This happened because Shulkin was accused of improper spending. Not really accused, but alleged. Jackson was also the personal doctor of President Obama. He was accused of 3 things. 1, overseeing a hostile working environment. 2, drinking on the job. And 3, over-prescribing medications. With incidents in 2013 that involved him passing out after drinking and banging loudly on someone's door so loud that Secret Service had to intervene. Considering he works for the Obama administration and the Trump administration, these are very serious bipartisan allegations. He then withdrew his nomination for Secretary of Veterans Affairs. We have yet to hear if Trump is going to nominate another person for VA. With this case of Ronnie Jackson, to me, this is the best example of political belief doesn't matter when it comes to the treatment of our soldiers. Statistics shown that something must change with the way we treat our soldiers. And to any veteran who may be watching overseas or at home, to those overseas, thank you for your service and fighting them there so that way we don't have to fight them here. My name is Jake Masterson, and this has been the review. We'll see you next time.